Back in April of 2012, Harebrained Schemes launched a Kickstarter campaign. The goal was to bring back Shadowrun. No, not that one. The well-loved fantasy action RPG brought to life 20 years ago on the Super Nintendo. Fans came out in droves to support the idea and raised over $1.8 million for the campaign. Now the final release is upon us. Did the massive outpouring of adoration in dollars revive this once-forgotten franchise? Or is it left to the dust of the 2007 FPS? Shadowrun Returns, released on the PC on July 25th, is as close to a pure modernized update of the original game as you could possibly expect. Returns features the same isometric graphic style and core tenets of gameplay that the original game delivered, along with a heavy focus on storytelling, narrative, character development, and customization. When you begin, you can select from one of 5 races along with one of 6 classes. These combinations each have benefits and disadvantages. To get the thought out of your head right away, yes, you will miss certain opportunities on your first playthrough. There are many grayed out selections on dialogue trees right out of the gate, leaving you to wonder what might have been. You develop your character using karma points, which are basically ability points tied loosely to the idea that doing all this random crap for people literally makes you a better person. You can also visit vendors located in conspicuous places to upgrade your spells, weapons, and armor, and buy consumables like potions and health kits. Harebrained clearly didn't wish to deviate too far from the norm in Shadowrun Returns. Combat is played out in the tabletop turn-based tactical RPG format. You and your party take turns using your action points to either move, reload, use an item or ability, or attack the enemy. Depending on your character class, you may be able to cast spells, summon spirits, or control robotic drones in the area to assist you. There is never one correct way to approach any combat situation, and it leaves the door wide open for multiple playthroughs, as you'll quickly realize the benefit of one character's attributes over another. Outside of combat, Returns basically turns into a science fiction novel. One of the biggest drawbacks for me, and probably many of you as well, is going to be the complete lack of voice acting outside of combat sounds. One might expect that with the massive amount of money Harebrained was able to raise, they may have poured some of the budget into voiceover work. Still, the writing is excellent and delivers the context and emotion of the story well enough. Of course, Shadowrun purists out there would argue too that the text-heavy narrative is part of the experience, and I'll go ahead and label myself a filthy casual to avoid that argument straight away. Speaking of being a filthy casual, why can't I save anywhere? This is the future, Harebrained! People need to do stuff! If I fail a mission 20 minutes in and have to start over, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put the damn game down and play something else! Something that lets me save! So yeah, no manual saving, totally sucks. Moving right along. Style-wise, Shadowrun Returns looks pretty damn good. The controls are precise, as simple as they are, and while the main story drags a bit and tightly holds your hand through the process, I enjoyed the Nancy Drew-style sleuthing and XCOM-flavored combat. After you're finished with the main campaign, you can dive into a heap of player-created content provided by the complete built-in level editor. I emphasize complete because this thing is freaking ridiculous. The amount of freedom Harebrained is allowing its fans is really admirable. You have the full toolbox available to create whatever your heart desires out of the Shadowrun universe. While that toolbox is beyond the comprehension of the majority of players, and me definitely, it's exciting to see what's coming from the fans of the series. Shadowrun Returns is an excellent throwback to the classic early 90s tabletop fantasy game. It's also likely everything that anyone willing to throw the developer money last year was hoping for. It's a text-heavy sci-fi fantasy wonderland with classic turn-based combat, a great story, and tons of character customization. A little more modernization would have been nice, and for the love of God, let me save anywhere outside of combat, please! But then again, what do I know? I barely played it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Barely Played. And now I know Shadowrun Returns has actually been out for quite a while. Unfortunately, Barely Played in general has fallen on the back burner a little bit lately as I've been pumping out videos and all these new series I've got going on. We've had a pretty big influx lately here on the channel, and I'm so happy you guys are here watching my stuff. Love your feedback on this too, and I'm just letting you know I'm trying to get these in. I'm hoping to rework my schedule to allow myself more time to get the Barely Played videos done, as I love making them, and I hope you guys love watching them as much as I enjoy getting them done for you. So again, I love your feedback on this. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.